Unless you've been living under a rock for the past week, you probably already know that Jay-Z has been accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. I mean, there are other allegations from minors too, and he's been connected to the Diddy case. I mean, we all knew it was just a matter of time before somebody started mentioning Jay-Z. And I myself have said on this channel that if celebrity names start coming out of the Diddy case, Jay's would probably be the first to come up. But now Beyonce is caught up in all of this drama. Of course, being his wife, she's catching that side eye and people are wondering just how much she saw, what she knew, and if she's next to be named in the Diddy case. What's going on with Jay-Z? How is Beyonce being affected by this all? I'm gonna tell you all about it. First things first, let's talk about the new accusations. Jay-Z has now been named in an amended lawsuit against Diddy, and he's been accused of raping a 13-year-old girl along with Diddy at an MTV VMA afterparty. The victim in the suit is referred to as Jane Doe, and she says that a driver at the award show said he worked for Diddy and gave her a ride to Diddy's party. She had a drink and started to feel woozy, and then the assault happened. In the suit, the girl says that Jay-Z actually held her down and raped her, and during that, Diddy and a female celebrity who remains unnamed watched. Now, who does your mind go to when you think of a female celebrity in connection to Jay-Z? Because mine goes straight to his wife, Beyonce. Of course, we don't know for sure who it is until they drop more names or something with this lawsuit, or until someone else accuses her in one of theirs. Because you have to remember that there are more than 120 lawsuits against Diddy right now. And honestly, any number of names could be dropped. This particular lawsuit is one that's being used as part of the federal lawsuit that was filed against Diddy in October. It was amended last week to also include Jay-Z. To be clear, Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, has denied all the allegations, and he calls these allegations blackmail. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer representing Jane Doe. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. In the suit, Jane Doe claimed she got dropped off at the Radio City Music Hall by a friend so she could go to the VMAs, which were held on September 7, 2000. She says she didn't have a ticket to attend though, so her plan was to go talk to all the limousine drivers around the event to see if she could talk her way into a different venue or at least an after party somewhere. She thought she'd lucked out when a driver said he worked for Diddy and told her that she'd fit what Diddy was looking for without elaborating on what he was actually looking for. He dropped her off at a White House that had a U-shaped driveway, but before she went in, he made her sign some sort of document that she states in the suit could have been an NDA or non-disclosure agreement. She said when she went into a room to rest for a minute and someone gave her a drink that she says caused her to feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. Sometime after that, allegedly, Jay-Z came in the room with Diddy and shouted, "You are ready to party." And that's when she alleges that he took her clothes off, held her down, and raped her with Diddy watching. Jay also said this in his statement. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away, would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. But I can feel that one for you, Mr. Carter. The definition of accountability is broader in a civil suit than it is in a criminal suit. So sometimes when justice isn't achieved in a criminal suit or someone thinks it's likely to be botched or corrupt, they'll file a civil suit instead. It's like even though O.J. Simpson wasn't convicted in criminal court, he still had to pay damages to Nicole's family in a civil lawsuit. He says his family are the real victims. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. Tony Busby, the lawyer representing the victims in the civil case against Diddy, says that since the lawsuit was filed against Jay-Z, an investigator was caught red-handed trying to bribe clients. Investigators from New York have called many of our law firm's current and former clients. What they didn't anticipate was one of the clients decided to record the conversation. It's shocking and illegal. Here's a portion taken from the transcript. In a couple of days, or maybe by next week, anyone Googling Busby and his company, his practice, are going into litigation, okay? What we're trying to do is, we're trying to put this thing together for the company that we're working for. We could get you paid, you could get money right soon, you know? We gave this kid $1,000 to start yesterday just to get him on the right path. At the end of the day, this is going to go through courts. Busby is getting sued. These guys are on tape offering to pay clients to sue our law firm. That's a crime. Now, other than the obvious, where everyone's wondering whether the unnamed female celebrity might be Beyonce, she could be affected monetarily and her career is taking a bit of a hit. Sources have come out from both the NFL and Roc Nation saying that the NFL could scale back their $125 million multi-year deal with Jay-Z's company, Roc Nation, in light of the allegations. A source from the NFL said that they were considering putting some distance between themselves and the mogul because they feared negative publicity. Back in 2019, the NFL signed a 5-year contract with Roc Nation because after the Colin Kaepernick scandal, because they needed help with the social justice issues that were arising in the organization. Commissioner Roger Goodell also asked Jay to produce music for them to use during the season and restructure the Super Bowl halftime show. And admittedly, they've been pretty good since he took over. Just look at the 2022 performance with legends like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Eminem. But the insider says that there's been talk of cutting back on using Jay-Z's music and even removing his name from things since the scandal hit. The insider said, if the case goes to court and he's declared guilty, the collaboration with him will be immediately off. And that's ultra bad news for Beyonce because she's set to perform at this year's Super Bowl halftime show. That could be in jeopardy because of the allegations against Jay. What's particularly bad in this situation is that sources close to Beyonce say that she's standing by her man. She's sticking by Jay as evidenced by last night's family outing. What they're referring to was Jay, Beyonce, and their daughter Blue Ivy, and Bey's mom Tina all went to the premiere of Mufasa, The Lion King, and took photos together. The source goes on to say she has no intention of leaving Jay-Z. Another Beyonce source says she wholeheartedly believes him and is supporting him throughout this ordeal. The Carters are a team and will face the situation together. That's interesting considering that there have been rumors for months saying that if he got named, she'd divorce him so she wouldn't get caught in that drama. I honestly don't think standing by him is going to be the best move for her career-wise. I mean, I can't imagine that losing a chance to play the Super Bowl is going to open doors for her. But then, we all know that Beyonce's been selling out concerts left and right, so she's always going to have superfans. This united front thing that she's trying to get her family to get behind isn't going so well though. Her mama got caught liking a post about Jay-Z's allegations. Then she backed up and said her account was hacked. Isn't it kind of a funny coincidence that celebrities' accounts always seem to get hacked when people notice they've liked something shady? She said, I was hacked. As you all know, I do not play about my family. So if you see something uncharacteristic of me, just know that it is not me. You know 50 Cent hasn't ever missed an opportunity to clown on Diddy or Jay-Z, so he's out here trolling Jay and Bey. He posted, Jay said they said I raped a kid, everybody get dressed, we gonna see Mufasa, LOL. I mean, God bless that man, doing the Lord's work and saying what we're all thinking. It really does look weird for Beyonce to be doing red carpet events with him when he's being accused of harming minors. And as 50 points out, Jay's got a daughter that's about the same age as the alleged victim when he allegedly raped her.
I hope things are all right for him internally.
Speaking on?
I mean, at the crib. Because in the statement they mentioned his
you talking Jay?
His daughter
Gotcha.
would, being old enough to, because she about 13.
That brings up some more questions about Beyonce and her role as mother and protector. What's she gonna do if Jay's found guilty, and how is she gonna protect her kids? When news first came out about the allegations about Jay, 50 posted, okay, I don't know what's going on, but are we still gonna have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend. Then he did an interview and explained further.
For a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back. The NFL, they won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right.
I think he's right. I think that for a while, Jay's gonna be ostracized and no one's gonna want to touch anything close to him, even if that means turning down Queen Bey. Okay, now I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think Beyonce's still gonna get to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show? Do you think her career and her social life is gonna take a hit because of these allegations? And what do you think about her going to the Mufasa premiere with Jay? Drop it in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.